Coming at you as I love to do every weekday morning over the national airwaves of ESPN Radio and ESPN News. Number to call up as always is 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. This edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show. Lots of stuff to get into today. Naturally, on a football Monday, considering the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes are getting ready to go up against Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers in Mexico City, there's always that to talk about. The spectacular performance that Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens put on yet again for the Baltimore Ravens and their beatdown of Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans 41-7 yesterday in Baltimore. That's obviously something else to get into. The fact that Lamar Jackson right now is challenging Russell Wilson for league MVP honors is something to get into. The fact that the New England Patriots have elevated themselves to a 9-1 record, but their offense looks a bit stale. Their defense definitely saved the day yesterday against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's something to get into. Carson Wentz of the Philadelphia Eagles falling and obviously handing the NFC East lead to the Dallas Cowboys is something to get into. Dak Prescott elevating himself into the MVP conversation courtesy of his third 400-yard performance of the season, with the Dallas Cowboys beating the Detroit Lions despite their not, or actually without Kerryon Johnson as a running back, without Matthew Stafford as their quarterback who's scheduled to be out for the next 6 weeks. That's a discussion. There's a whole bunch of football items to get into. The greatness of LeBron James and the greatness that he's putting on display on a daily basis at this particular juncture, feeling healthier than ever before. 17th NBA season, playing the way that he has been playing, looking as spectacular as he has been looking, definitely being one of the clear-cut favorites to win league MVP honors in his 17th season. That's something to look forward to discussing. All of those things are things that we can get into. And I want to state for the record that I'm not averse to getting into any of that. But you're going to have to forgive me on this particular day if that's really something that's not on my mind. You're going to have to forgive me if I've got other things on my mind at this particular moment in time. And that would happen to involve Mr. Colin Kaepernick of formerly of the 49ers, exiled from the NFL, courtesy of kneeling during the national anthem, protesting racial oppression and police brutality, swearing that he wouldn't stand for the national anthem as long as those problems existed in our country unaddressed. Ultimately, the NFL owners were taken aback, particularly once the president of the United States got involved, brought attention to what he termed to be Colin Kaepernick's lack of patriotism, completely hijacking the issue, politicizing what Colin Kaepernick did in such a fashion and with such effectiveness that it forced the NFL owners to engage in panic. And as a result, Colin Kaepernick hasn't been in the league. And ever since that time, he's been looking to get back in the league, filing a grievance against the league, reaching a settlement with the league for an undisclosed amount, with undisclosed specifications and stipulations that came along with that grievance. And then we fast forward to what transpired this past weekend. And here we are. Colin Kaepernick refuses to show up. Colin Kaepernick had a problem with the liability waiver that the league wanted him to sign. The league says one thing existed in a liability waiver where they simply gave him a standard liability waiver that it's given out at the NFL Scouting Combine, NFL invitational camps, things of that nature, that's accorded to all unrestricted free agents, where a team that's working them out or a bevy of teams that are looking at them are under no obligation to sign them, and you can't sue them. Also, some injury were to take place. You can't sue them for workers' compensation, those kind of things. These are the kind of things the NFL are saying were in the liability waiver. Colin Kaepernick and his camp have a different interpretation of that. Apparently, There was something in the waiver in the fine language, according to them, via the mouths of Max Kellerman and others, where they were simply saying, the NFL were insisting that under no circumstances, not just during the workout, but in the future, would I have a right to sue them, et cetera, et cetera. NFL denies that. Two sides to every story. It is what it is. You know, I want to preface what I'm about to get into by saying Jonathan Winthrop, my producer extraordinaire, who's not here today, he and his lovely wife, they had a child right before the weekend started. Congratulations to him. My brother from another mother, wishing you nothing but the best, you and your lovely family. My producers, Shannon and Cad and others, Justin Craig, Marsha Keegan, Trog Keller, Norby Williamson, the list goes on and on. I know I'm over the airwaves of ESPN Radio. And I know that as an employee of ESPN, which I am, my W-2 form, my taxes that I pay show I'm an employee. I damn sure ain't no independent contract. I can tell you that. Not with the taxes come out of my paycheck. Nevertheless, it is important to note that I work on these airwaves. I do not own them. And I have an obligation to be as responsible as I can possibly be. Whether it be towards Colin Kaepernick, his best friend, and resident security, Eric Reed, list goes on and on. I have an obligation to be considerate of the platform that I am on and the company that I work for. So I want to make sure that the public out there knows emphatically. I want to throw Chuck Solituro into the mix as well. Chuck Solituro is an editor for First Take, is an editor at ESPN, and dare I say, one of the most highly professional, competent individuals that I've ever come across in my professional career. A good man, and somebody that looks out for this network at every turn. And I'm honored to be working alongside him on a daily basis. But I want to make sure I throw names out because I want to make sure that everybody understands that the comments that are about to be spewed out of my mouth are of no obligation to them. They don't know what I'm going to say on these airwaves over the next 2 hours. They have no clue because I didn't talk to them about it. And I ain't going to talk to them about it. These are my own comments. And here I go. In my humble opinion, Colin Kaepernick's NFL career is over. And if the National Football League were to elect to never call Colin Kaepernick again, I want to emphasize, I don't give a damn. And care less. Now, there's a whole bunch of black people out there that are up in arms right now. I've already been called the sellout. Coon, names like that. My response is, that's all y'all got? Y'all really think that's going to stop me from saying what the hell I want to say? Let me be very, very clear. What I just said about Colin Kaepernick applies to anybody who is a potential employee, aspiring to be an employee, devoid of an ownership stake in a particular entity, but thinks you can act the way that Colin Kaepernick acted Saturday and get a job. I want Colin Kaepernick to be in the NFL. I believe that Colin Kaepernick has been blackballed. I believe that not only was Colin Kaepernick blackballed, but it's egregious and unfair what has happened to him over the last 3 years. He violated no laws. He violated no NFL bylaws, unlike the National Basketball Association, unlike Major League Baseball. At the time that Colin Kaepernick elected to kneel, The NFL did not mandate that you stand for the national anthem. We know this because Marshawn Lynch was seen sitting down on a cooler eating a banana while the national anthem was being played. Nobody said anything. And he still played, and he wasn't fined, nor suspended, or anything like that. It was perfectly within Colin Kaepernick's right to do what he did. The fact that he has been exiled from the NFL since that particular time, it's egregious, it's inexcusable. Hell, it reeks of racism. There you got it, I said it. What does that have to do with what happened Saturday? So, for those of you who care about the facts, here they are. On Tuesday, last Tuesday, the NFL notified Colin Kaepernick's folks that they have organized and agreed to have a workout specifically for him. The NFL in its history has never done that. They agreed to have a workout for Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is informed that the workout will take place at 3 p.m. on Saturday in Flowery Branch at the Atlanta Falcons practice facilities. It would be videotaped and filmed. Security would be provided. Equipment would be provided. Wide receivers would be provided. Anything that was available for a particular workout, he could have. It would take place at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Wednesday goes by, nothing. Thursday goes by, nothing. Friday goes by. Colin Kaepernick's lawyers are presented with a liability waiver. They inform the NFL that, okay, we'll take a look at it. We've got some suggestions. It's not a big deal. We'll get back to you. And Saturday at 2:30, 30 minutes before the workout was scheduled, Colin Kaepernick's folks informed the National Football League that Colin Kaepernick will not attend the workout. Instead, he will have his own workout 51 minutes away. Rather than put stuff into my words, matter of fact, I'm not going to play the Colin Kaepernick sound just yet. Hold on. Colin Kaepernick has the workout 51 minutes away, moves the workout back from 3 to 4 p.m., invites the team to come work out, the teams to come and watch him. So what happens? Why does this happen? Issue with the liability waiver supposedly was one thing. The other thing was that he wanted the right to videotape the workout himself. The NFL said no. Why did the NFL say no? The NFL said no because the NFL was saying, we don't do that. What we will do, however, is we will film the workout. We will give you the raw footage. And on top of it all, the edited taped version of the workout that we're sending out to all 32 teams, we'll give you that as well. We will let your representatives be on the field with you. We will let Hugh Jackson inform your representatives, your trainers, whomever, exactly what drills we're going to put you through. We will go to your agents and let them know what questions we're going to ask you so you can be prepared to answer them. All of these things were stipulated to, not to mention that Colin Kaepernick was showing up with Nike to film a commercial, and the NFL okayed that. This is according to the NFL. There are people who will sit up there and say, but Stephen A., what the hell is wrong with you? I mean, my God, he can't trust them. He cannot trust them, Stephen A. What is he supposed to do? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to show up for the damn job interview. Colin Kaepernick didn't trust the NFL last week. He didn't trust the NFL last month. He didn't trust the NFL 6 months ago. He didn't trust the NFL a year ago. He didn't trust the NFL 3 years ago or 4 years ago. He's never trusted the NFL. What does that have anything to do with it? You've never trusted them. But you still want a job in their league. You don't think their word amounts to a damn thing. Still want to play in their league. You think the NFL and the teams that are under their umbrella are all trustworthy. You still invited them to come watch you work out. And why did you work out Saturday? Why did you have to have the workout Saturday? How come it wasn't a month ago of your own volition? 2 months ago, 6 months ago. Notice I didn't bring up the grievance he filed against the league. So you filed a grievance against the league, you settle with the league, but then are coming back for a job with the league. Who gets to do that? Who gets to do that? Then there's an additional backdrop to all of this. What would that happen to be? Jay-Z, rap mogul, according to Eric Reed, for the Carolina Panthers, who can't make up his mind whether or not he wants to be on First Take because he's a professional complainer, or whether or not he wants to be a safety working on stopping a run because the Carolina Panthers can't do that to save their damn life. Worst against the TD and the third worst rushing attack in football. Can't work out that. Or whether he's Colin Kaepernick's personal bodyguard, or the resident definition of what blackness is supposed to be, since he's the first one to call out people's blackness. Malcolm Jenkins is a sellout, despite the work he does in the community, because Malcolm Jenkins co-opted the movement so egregious in Eric Reed's mind that this man acts like he don't have no damn sense, goes after Malcolm Jenkins on the football field on a Sunday at 1 o'clock during the coin toss last year. That Eric Reed. Same Eric Reed that respected Jay-Z, rap mogul, some of the contributions that he's made through his music and beyond in the African-American community, some of the issues that he's been willing to tackle through his music for years and years and years. Suddenly, he's despicable. And Stephen A's Mr. Bojangles. Or whatever cartoon character he put over Twitter. Because we're not marching lockstep with exactly what he thinks. Oh, by the way, this same Eric Reed that was at Colin Kaepernick's workout to support him on Saturday, but had to leave early to get back to Carolina to play for one of the oppressors that he collects a check from. But our blackness is in question, according to Eric Reed. That guy. I digress. Same Jay-Z that was despicable, the same Jay-Z that had his blackness question, is the same Jay-Z, according to everything that I've heard, that had been pushing and prodding the NFL owners for months, was told to his face, yo, we made over $10 billion this year. Ratings are up, revenue's up. The top 4 candidates for league MVP honors heading into this past Sunday's game were Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson. Arguably, got to throw Christian McCaffrey in there. Those guys are all black, and they're all quarterbacks. And the highest paid player in the NFL this year is a black quarterback in Russell Wilson. What do we have to be concerned about? Ain't nobody talking about Colin Kaepernick right now. And it was Jay-Z. It was Jay-Z and Rock Nation that sat up there and said, hell with that. There is something wrong with it. And if y'all ain't going to give this workout for Colin Kaepernick and y'all not going to make a strong push to get this man back in the NFL, I can't be a part of this partnership with y'all. And the billionaire white owners capitulated and granted his request. Jay-Z, in concert with Roger Goodell, behind the backs of executive VPs in the National Football League who didn't even know that all of this was being orchestrated and organized. 'Organized. 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 ' And Colin Kaepernick snubbed his nose at everybody, including folks in the media, not just me, but many others who listened to folks in his camp, did everything we could to push and prod and cajole and muscle Colin Kaepernick into what he asked for, an opportunity to work out for an NFL team. Well, 25 of them showed up. Was it everything Colin Kaepernick wanted? Hell no. Was it everything Colin Kaepernick wanted them to capitulate to? Hell no. It never was going to be. It never will be. But the chance was there. And he said, y'all kick rocks. I'm going to do it my way. Not only with the workout, with the locale of the workout, but also with his words that he spewed once his workout was over. Listen to this.
Everything today was making sure we had transparency in what went on. We weren't getting that elsewhere, so we came out here. It's important that y'all are here. Y'all been attacked for the last 3 years. Y'all continue to be attacked. We appreciate what y'all do. We appreciate you being here today. We appreciate the work you do for the people and telling the truth. That's what we want in everything. I've been ready for 3 years. I've been denied for 3 years. We all know why I came out here, showed it today in front of everybody. We have nothing to hide. So we're waiting for the 32 owners, the 32 teams, Roger Goodell, all of them to stop running. Stop running from the truth, stop running from the people. We're out here, we're ready to play. We're ready to go anywhere. My agent, Jeff Nally, is ready to talk to any team, interview with any team at any time. I've been ready, I'm staying ready, and I'll continue to be ready. And to all the people that came out here today to support, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. To the people that aren't here, I'm thinking of you. I appreciate you supporting from where you are. We'll continue to give you updates as we hear. We'll be waiting to hear from Roger Goodell, the NFL, the 32 teams. We'll let you know if we hear from them. Ball's in their court, we're ready to go. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Kaepernick is lying. He's lying. What am I talking about when I'm accusing Colin Kaepernick of lying? I will explain in just a minute. 888-SAY-ESPN, that's 888-729-3776. You're listening live to Stephen A., ESPN Radio, ESPN News. Oh, I got a lot more to get into. I'm going to tell you why Colin Kaepernick is lying.